Good evening and welcome to Weekend Update. I'm your host, Eric Farmer. Today is Saturday, August 16th, 2025. And beautiful summer day up here in Gilpin County, Colorado. We've been getting quite a bit of rain lately. And yeah, just nice as we're winding down the end of the summer here. Kids are back in school. And yeah, poor bastards. Yeah, what the hell is going on this week? It's a big story. Big story this week. And my computer's out of position. I guess President Trump had a summit with Mr. Putin, the Russian leader, and I guess they were going to try to see if they could end that war over there in Ukraine. Shockingly, though, it seems, they couldn't get it done. They couldn't get her done. The war will continue. I can't believe it. How long has that war been going on now? 3 years? Over 3 years. Damn, I'm surprised. How can they, wage a war like that for so fucking long? I mean, Ukraine's only so big of a country. You would think everybody would be dead by now. Somehow they keep it going. I thought it would, I thought there would come a time when the United States was going to send troops into there. I'm sure there's some involvement that they're not telling us about, but yeah, I really thought at some point there would be U.S. troops getting involved in it, but hopefully that doesn't happen, and they'll figure out a way. But they don't want to end the war. They don't want to end war on this world. It makes the rich richer and kills off the poor. It's just exactly what their agenda is. But anyways, that's not happening. It's going to continue. I haven't even heard much about the war in Ukraine, and gosh, you just don't hear about it. I mean, it almost seems like it's not even going on. I'm sure it'll ratchet up. Oy vey. Yeah, those are the people that don't want the war to end. The ones that say, oy vey. Yeah, I wonder how much money they've made off it so far. Nothing happened, in my opinion. Now, we just got together, probably, had a few drinks, maybe fucked a few hookers. Or who knows what the hell they're fucking. These people are. Aside from the looting from Western nation. Yeah. It's crazy times we're living in. What else happened this week? I don't know. It's pretty slow still. Not much going on. Fucking summer's almost over though, man. So, every year in September, October are the most interesting months of the year, I think. That's when all the shit goes down, right? Almost every big event that's ever happened in this world seems, well, not every, but a lot of them, 9/11, right? Sat on in September. Every time it seems like every time we have a big stock market crash, it happens in the fall. So yeah, they like to pull shit off in the fall, man. No, they like to pull shit off all year round, except for the summer. Nothing really much happens in the summer, The springtime, yeah, they have the fucking, what do they call the spring? I don't know. There's a name for it. And then the fall, they call it the Shemitah. The Shemitah. When they like to pull shit, like to cause a lot of hassle for people right before the weather gets cold. It seems. But the summer, it's a little slow, a little boring, not much to talk about. Not much going on. The NFL preseason began. Woohoo! It was a harbinger of the autumn. Kids are back in school, poor bastards. What else? And Putin and Trump just couldn't seem to end the war in Ukraine. That'll be interesting to see when that ever fucking ends. They are planning something big. Oh, they always are. Something big gonna happen. I don't know, when was the last really big thing that happened? It's hard to. It's all a blur, man. Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure they are. That's why I'm just glad that the government's on vacation right now. You know, they can't pull too much shit while they're on vacation. Or our government spends more time on vacation than they do working. It's a fact. Putin, Trump, Netanyahu are bed buddies. Make no mistake. Yep, they all working for the same team. They're all playing for the same fucking team. They all are, man. Biden, all of them, man. They just pretend. You know, it's all a big charade. Of course it is. I call it the shit show. The stars of the shit show. The show must go on. And make no mistake, it's a fucking show. Just like All-Star Wrestling, NFL football. It's all fake. It's all rigged. It's all controlled. And the people you see running the show, they're not the ones that are really running the show. Putin, Trump, and Netanyahu are all puppets serving some masters greater than them. See, anybody you see in the spotlight that's in the shit show they're all puppets because it's a puppet show, you know. Some people just don't, man. They believe everything they're told, man. It just boggles my mind. And I just, you know, I quit arguing with people a long time ago. I just listen to what people say about shit, you know, and they believe everything that they see. And so, yeah, there was a time when I would say, "No, man, it's not like that, man. You got to wake up, man." And then, you know, that just makes people hate you. So, you know, I don't even bother anymore trying to talk to people about these things. I just, you know, they say whatever, and I just nod my head. Yeah, okay, yep. Yeah, interesting to see who shows up tonight. Yeah, man, it's a little sad today, man. Last couple of days, my next door neighbor moved away. Been my neighbor for like 18 years. It's weird. Feels weird. Not having now the next door neighbor house is empty. You know, so we'll see how long will the house stay empty. What will my next neighbors be like? That'll be. I'm gonna miss Tom though, man. He was. Plus, he was a top-notch mechanic, and he would work He would do work for me for pretty cheap, you know. He didn't charge me like the real mechanic, or not real mechanics, but like the mechanic shops around here. They charge you like $150 an hour now. And, he would only charge me like $35 an hour. He's a goner. I never had him do too much work on my cars, but every now and then I would talk to him, see if he was interested, if I needed like my brakes done, or like he did my last brake job kind of, and he put in a new, I don't know what they call it, CV joint or whatever they call it on this car I got. Basically, my front tire was vibrating. So he looked at it, he said, yeah, you need this, sir. You need this part. So I went and bought the part, and he put it in for me. I think in the future, I'm going to start doing a lot of my own car repairs myself. All I need is to watch YouTube videos and I can do anything. I've been working on, this one guy I've been working for, I've been doing quite a bit of work on his truck. So, working on cars is just, you just got to follow the instructions. It's not that hard, really, I mean, it's a matter, you got to have the tools. But, yeah, like a lot of these cars nowadays, you need special tools. They're complicated. Like this truck I've been working on, it's like a 78 Ford F-250 or whatever. It's a big fucker, man. You got to climb up a ladder to get inside of it. You got to climb inside the engine compartment to work on it. Yeah, it was my neighbor for 18 years. Yeah. And where does the time go? Just seems like yesterday when he moved in there. Gosh, it's amazing how fast the 21st century has gone by. I think when they fired up CERN, man, they fucking fucked up time. Because, yeah, I swear, man, time just goes by like twice as fast as it used to. It's really bizarre, But, on one hand, it seems like the same, but on the other hand, it seems like it's really moving along. We're already past a quarter of the 21st century, man, It's really wild to think about how fast it's going, I talk about time a lot, your perception of time changes as you age. Maybe that's what's going on. We're all aging and our minds are slowing down. So it feels like time is speeding up. Maybe that could be the case. I don't know. But it's going to keep going faster and faster. Before we know it, we're all going to be dead. So just because we're going to be dead, it doesn't mean it's going to be the end of the world, though. I tell you, I just don't want to be reincarnated back into this fucking nightmare, man. You go through this one life, I don't want to come back, man. I've had plenty of shitty experiences in this one lifetime, but I've also had a lot of good times, So, but I wouldn't want to go through the shit that I've gone through in my life ever again. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, that's what they say. They send us to some people believe that we're put on this planet to learn through suffering, I guess. Everybody suffers in this lifetime, man. That's just, it's just the way it is when you're a physical being in the flesh, right? You're subject to pain and suffering and fucking fear and loathing and fucking all kinds of shit you got to go through, especially when you're a young kid. It puts you in these situations, man, and it's really scary sometimes, because you don't understand what's happening and shit. It was kind of tough growing up as a white boy in the San Fernando Valley, man. I went to some pretty tough schools and shit, and when the Mexicans fucking hated us, man. So I had to deal with a lot of scary shit, man. Their plan for the world is going to be an Orwellian dystopian nightmare, like 1984. Yep, that's what they want, man. It's coming real fast, man. AI is taking over everything, man. God damn. You can't even tell the difference anymore between reality and artificial reality in the virtual world, in videos and stuff. They can make a video of you saying whatever they want you to say, and everybody would believe it. So yeah, I think that's going to become a thing. It's already has been a thing, but it's just going to become worse and worse and worse, man. Then they'll show a video, like they'll charge you with a crime or something, and show a video to the jury, and like they're going to believe it, even though it's fake. And it's going to send your ass to prison for the rest of your life, Fuck. So yeah, I really hate fucking, I was watching a video earlier with that one fucking Viking dude. I can't think of his name right now, but he was talking about AI. Yeah, it was like, if you don't hate AI already, you're going to. Trust me. It's taking over everybody's jobs, and it's making people mentally fucking stupid and lazy in it, so they don't have to do anything. People don't have to do anything anymore. You don't have to make a video anymore. You just tell the AI, I want a video that says this and does that, and it makes it for you. And it'll make as many versions of it as you want until you find one that you like or whatever. You want to write a novel, you just tell the AI, well, this is what I want to write a novel about this and this or whatever, and I want it to be this long, and it'll write it for you. So, and it's just, I really wish there was no such thing as fucking AI, man. It's ruined YouTube. It's ruined internet videos. I mean, any interesting video that you click on that you might want to hear, it's a fucking, that used to be narrated by real people. Now it's all the AI voice, the text to speech, they call it, I fucking hate it, man. I hate that computer voice so much. So sick of it. It's like everywhere. You can't really click on too many videos now that doesn't have that fucking AI voice. It's really goddamn annoying, to the point where I fucking shut off the audio and read the fucking closed captioning because I don't want to hear the goddamn AI voice. I'd rather read than listen to that fucking voice. Stay old school, peeps. Stay golden, pony boy. Yeah, but there's no stopping it, man. It's taking over job. People use it now, right, to do their job. But what they're really doing is training it to take their fucking job. That's what it is. Every time a person uses AI, they're training it. It's just what it is. It takes all the information in the fucking internet and uses it to train AI. But it's really weird, man. It's really bizarre when AI flips out and goes crazy. And the jacked up, repetitive background music on the bot videos is awful. Yeah, you don't have to make. Yeah, and then it comes up with all the photos and videos. Yeah, it's really ruined everything, man. It's just really fucked up. I didn't, you think about what the future was going to be like. I didn't think it was going to be this, man. The fucking artificial intelligence is fucking taking over everything, and it's just, it has no soul, obviously. Yeah, it's a sad future that we're looking at here, man. They say like in the next couple years, they're gonna the first truly sentient artificial intelligence will be born, basically. That's what they're saying. I don't know if that's true or not. But between now and 2030, artificial intelligence is going to become, like self-aware, like actually like a human, pretty much. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. Yes, it gets harder to stay positive, but I'm trying. Yeah, I have to. Yeah, and it's so easy to get negative. Everything is so fucking negative all around you, man. I got dealing with so much never-ending fucking problem after problem after problem. Most people, it's tough to stay positive. Sometimes you gotta just get mad and angry and fucking yell, scream, cry, whatever you gotta do to get it out of your system. But yeah, it's really important to say, fuck it. Despite all that, I'm still gonna try to remain, positive, and it helps. It does help. So everything going on out in the world around me, I'm the only thing that I can control, right? Sometimes I can't even do that. It's getting harder and harder to control myself. I use a lot of this just to shut it all down, not think about it, kill the pain. Not a lot, but not that much. I mean, there's a lot harder drinkers out there than me, I just drink what I need to every day to get through it. And just shut my mind down so I can sleep at night. That's how it is, man. I drink enough to where I fucking lose consciousness, and then I sleep pretty well. Sometimes I even dream early in the morning. I have some dreams, pleasant dreams, whatever, and then or unpleasant, and then I think the alcohol wears off, and I wake up, and it's usually a couple hours before the sun comes up, or it's usually like about 3 or 4 in the morning and then I try to lay there for an hour and go back to sleep, and I just can't, because all this shit's going around through my mind, all these problems I got to deal with, and I just can't get back to sleep. So I just get up, start my day. So yeah, that's kind of a weird schedule I'm on, I get up. I usually pass out by 8 or 9 o'clock at night. Usually sit in this chair watching videos. I'll just conk out. I don't know what time I conk out. I just lose consciousness, and then I'll usually wake up 11 or 12 at night, and I can go to bed. Then I sleep pretty well till 3 or 4 in the morning. It's really a strange schedule I'm on. When I was a kid, I fucking hated getting up in the morning. When I was young, God. Because when you're younger, you need more sleep. When you're a kid developing, and you need to get more sleep, and you're tired, and they make you fucking get up. Get up! You got to go to school. Oh, fuck. I used to hate that shit so bad, man. What? I was just having a great fucking dream, and my fucking stepdad walks in the room and says, "Get up! You got to go to school. Get up and get ready for school." Fuck. That's why I feel bad for the kids. They got to go back to school. It's such a waste of a childhood, man. 15,000 hours sitting in a fucking classroom. That's what it is. Isn't that amazing? You spent 15,000 hours of your life going to school. It's part of this hell, bro. Why does it got to be that way, though, man? You know, why can't it life not be hell? And why they got to make life hell? It doesn't have to be like this, but there's some evil fucking shitheads that run this world. They don't want kids to enjoy their childhood. They don't want people to enjoy their lives whatsoever. They just want you to constantly be running on your rat wheel. You got to fucking pay them bills. You got to constantly stress out for the almighty dollar. I hate it. Why does the world got to be like this, man? Because reasons. Because this place is not what you thought it was. The earth, whoever created this place, yeah, this. I believe it was. A lot of people believe that it really is a soul trap. That your soul is brought down here and trapped in flesh. And it was all against your will. You didn't even know. Somehow you didn't even realize it was happening. It just happened. I don't know. Some people believe that you actually made a deal with some entity or whatever to come down and have this life on Earth, and everything was like predestined, kind of. Can a demon possess an AI? And if so, how would you exercise it? Just unplug the computer. Think about some other time or places. Child labor, war, asylums, torture. Yeah. Life has always been a fucking nightmare on this planet, it seems, for humans. You know, most of my life was pretty fucking nice. I gotta admit, I had not, and I always had problems and struggles, and as everybody does, right? But for most of my life, it was not bad, not like it is now. The world was a much better place. It's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse every day. And that's what we've seen. Since my whole lifetime, man. God, it's just. But it was all planned out, I think. It's a lot like the movie The Matrix. It's all about a lot of shit like that. They tell us the whole story in their Hollywood movies. They had us have some hopium before pulling the rug out. Yeah. You see, like the Matrix, like they're constantly going through the same time frame over and over and over. So like maybe if you're reincarnated, you'll go back and live, maybe the same life to the same time. You're born in the 60s or 70s or 80s, and you fucking die whenever, you go through, and we go through all the same things over and over and over. That's an interesting theory. I don't know. Until you figure it out and escape, like Neo from the Matrix. But yeah, all this shit has been talked about in movies for my whole life. The Matrix, fucking Terminator, the Terminator, with about the robots taking over. It's all. And the theme is always the enslavement and destruction of the human race, right? The AI wants to use us as slaves, and the other AI wants to just kill us all off. Have you seen or heard of any hoaxes, active drill psyops in your area? Not that I could think of right off the bat, but I'm sure there are some in my area. I'm sure there's all kinds of them, man. Yeah, like I look at it every day. You know, the trails in the sky, they never talk about it. Trump said he was going to end it. I heard something about that where Trump said he was going to end all aerial spraying or whatever, and so did the governor of Florida. And from what I understand, it's still going on in Florida, and it's still going on in the rest, even worse than ever. I know where I'm at, it's worse than ever. Yesterday morning, my God, they just striped the skies, man. Like, it looked like an Eddie Van Halen guitar with all the stripes. Yeah. And then the whole thing just turned into a milky white haze. And then in the afternoon, we had heavy thunderstorms with heavy rain. Yeah, we've been getting that a lot this week. I've been taking it easy this week, man. It's kind of like taking a week from work and chilling out, doing some work around the house, but not much. I'm just relaxing. But I'll go back to doing some work on Monday. How long was that Superstore hoax? Active drill, believe it was Denver. Superstore. I don't know what you're talking about. I think I heard of that one. But yeah, I don't hear a lot of things, man, because I don't watch the goddamn news. I said, no, I'm not watching the news. But there was a shooting at there's been a lot of shootings here in Colorado that I think might be hoaxes, psyops. But, you're not allowed to talk about that. You got to be careful what you say. Claiming that a shooting is a psyop is a no-no on YouTube. But yeah, there's been a lot of shootings in Colorado, and I don't fucking believe any of it. But I'm not going to name any names, so I should get away with it. Yeah, Alex Jones got fucking sued for $1 billion. Apparently, $1 billion for talking about a shooting hoax. And somehow he's still in business. Propaganda is now legal. It has been since 2012. Yeah, I did know that. Officially, Obama amended the Myth Modernization Act of 2012. Yeah, I know that they're allowed to lie to the American people, and it's all fine and dandy. Fine and dandy. People ask me, how are you? Oh, I'm just fine and dandy. Not me. I've never been fine and dandy. I've been fine and I've been dandy, but never at the same time. I think one time back in 1987, I was both fine and dandy at the same time, but nobody asked me how I was. I consider it a waste of opportunity. That's a George Carlin joke. I got to admit, I stole that from George Carlin. But yeah, there's hoaxes. I think a lot of those shootings are all hoaxes, man. They have. There was one that happened on my birthday, fucking a few years back at the King Superstore that I actually shop at. Sometimes when I'm in Boulder, because it was like on my way home when I was working in Boulder, I'd stop at that store, the shop, and that guy shot the fuck up, supposedly. And, yeah, I don't know. I just don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was real. You know. Yep, lies in news, truth in movies. Yeah, that's a good point, man. But yeah, a lot of the stuff going on in the world today has all been predicted in all the movies that we've watched. Like RoboCop's another one. Eventually, they were going to have fucking robotic police. That's going to really suck. Like in the movie RoboCop. Fucking that one, they had that one big old fucking robot cop that they were training. It was like a full-on robot, and it fucking malfunctioned and blew the shit out of some guy. It was like, you have 10 seconds to comply. 10, 9. The guy's like, no, 8, 7, 6. It counted down and fucking like opened it up on him with Gatling guns. Yeah, I guess, you know, who knows? Thinking about it, robot cops might be better than the actual real cops we have today. Man, we got some, man. The police nowadays are fucking, oh my God. I do whatever I can to just never I can encounter with a police officer in my life. I check my car once a week to make sure all the lights are working, you know, so that, you know, find if I got a crack in my windshield, I fix it or go get a new windshield. I just do not want to get fucking pulled over by the cops. The movie They Live was a documentary. It's actually allegory for tiny hat takeover of the world. They Live. That makes sense. Sure does. I love that movie, man. That's probably my favorite movie ever. It's such a cheap fucking, you know, it probably had a budget of like $500. I'm exaggerating, but yeah, it was really, really low budget, as they say. I think some of the best movies ever made were fucking low budget. You know, it's not about the budget. It's not about the special effects. It's all about the story, you know? That's what really matters. You know, people get distracted with bullshit. But what really matters is a good story, you know? Some of the best movies had very low budgets, and they were better than a movie with a $1 billion budget, you know? That little Eddie Van Halen guitar speaking. I miss Eddie, one of the great. Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. I actually got to meet Eddie, man. He was a cool motherfucker. He fucking put his arm right around me, man. It was so cool. And he's a short little dude. Yeah. That was, yeah. That's what this guy looked like. It looked like one of his guitars. Man, I should get me an Eddie Van Halen guitar. I can sit here and play Mean Streak. Back then, we walked back out on the road after the movie. Now it has us a double take all day long. Yeah. But yeah, that was it was like, man. All those movies, They Live. You know, at the time, you know, I didn't know shit. Back in when all They Live came out, it was like the late 80s. I didn't give a fuck about anything when it came to politics or, you know, anything. Just all I cared about was just having fun. It was what life was about, right? Just do what you got to do to enjoy your life. Have a good time. And I did, man. I had a lot of fun in the 80s and 90s to the early 21st century. Yeah. Speaking of Van Halen, where have all the good times gone? Won't you tell me, where have all the good times gone? See, they knew it, man. That was like 1981, I think, when that song came out. They were already talking about, man, the world sucks now, in the early 80s. Because they remember a time that was better than that. Yeah. But yeah, all this shit, you know. See, I've had a great time, but this wasn't it. It's been real, it's been fun, but it's no longer real fun. Yeah. Yeah, they were a special band, Van Halen. There will never be another one like them. The ever-moving goalpost. That's the world we live in today. But it's been, yeah, it's amazing how it really, you know, how gradual, you know, that's how they do it. Gradual change. You know, it's like boiling the frog, they say, right? They just keep slowly turning up the heat because they don't want you to freak out, you know. You don't want to make too many changes too quick. So they slowly change things, and so nobody notices. Nobody makes a big deal about it until it's too fucking late. Yes, sir. That's how they do it. Yes, that was it. Chief Superstore reporter just so happened to be in the parking lot during time of shooting. Oh, yeah. I just happened to be here. I got an exclusive. Yeah, I think any really bad thing that really happens, you don't hear about it. It's only their fake fucking bullshit. So yeah, it's really bizarre the world we live in, man. It's like, whatever you hear and see on TV, and it's all fake, and whatever's real is hidden from you. Straight up. It's really, really weird how all these brainwashed masses just go right along with it. It's mind-boggling to me how stupid people are. And I don't even bother to try to argue with them anymore. You know, it's a hopeless situation arguing with fucking brain dead zombies, basically. We are truly, that's the zombie apocalypse. People that have their head buried in sand. It's hope. It's useless. There's no point in arguing with people like that. You know, they will never understand. They're so fucking brainwashed. Hey, Eric Salveson, how are you? Nice to see you. We finally got someone here with a wrench. Thank God. What if this live stream breaks down, man? Eric Salveson could fix it. He's got a wrench. yeah, it's really hard to believe. But I think people that are not awake by now, there's no hope for them. I think, but that kind of plays into the the character thing, where these people aren't real humans; they're ICPs, whatever. These human mechanical, what do they call them? PC, NPCs, yeah, like in video games, right? They're just people in the video game, but they have no soul. They have no real intelligence, and it really makes me believe that that's true. There's a lot of people out there that are just part of the simulation. It's all possible, man. That this whole thing just is a big simulation, But, that's crazy talk. No, it's got to be real. No, man, it's just a ride. No, look at me. Look at my world, my furrows of worry. And look at my huge bank account. It must be real. That's what Bill Hicks said. Like, I realized one day that it's just a ride. It's like a roller coaster. Life is like a roller coaster. You go up and down and around, and there's loud noises and bright lights, and it's thrilling. But then eventually you realize this is just a ride, and eventually it'll end. No, this is real. It's got to be real. They want you to believe this is real, right? They want you to believe that this is all there is. And when you die, it's over. Game over. It's all timing, luck of the draw for sure. It's not intelligence or virtue. I don't know. I think there is something to be said for intelligence and virtue. Maybe. It goes so far, but yeah. And after that, it's luck. You can be virtuous and intelligent and, do everything proper and still fucking get hit by a bus and die. Or if you're not careful, if you're not streetwise. Yeah. I learned to be streetwise at a young age, man, because I grew up in the city. And it was like, I knew a kid that got hit by an ambulance and almost killed. He just walked out. He was like chasing the ball or whatever, like out between two cars. And the fucking, not paying attention. And the ambulance, bam, fucking ran him right over, man. Little Mexican kid named Chuito. Yeah, he was fucked up, man. He survived though, man. Amazingly. And he went through fucking hell, man. Recovering in the hospital for months and months and months. And then when he finally got out of the hospital, man, he was like in a wheelchair and fucking trying to learn how to walk again. And it just like, it was sad, man. Like, it's like a little 8-year-old kid, fucking bam, It was one of the saddest things I ever fucking witnessed. I didn't witness it, but yeah, I knew the kid. I didn't know a lot of sad things that happened when I was, growing up and out there in the San Fernando Valley in LA. These two kids, I lived in like poor apartments, man. We were pretty poor, and like there was this one day I came home from school and like everybody was freaking out, and like these two kids, I knew these two kids, man. They were like Ratso and Bratzo. They were fucking little punks, man. They were like younger than me. They were like 5 or 6 years old. They hadn't even started school yet. And I came home from school and they're like, oh yeah, those two kids, man, they locked themselves into a refrigerator and fucking died. Someone left a refrigerator out in the alley, and these fucking kids climbed into it and shut the door, and that was it. Oh man, that's so sad. You know, as much as little punks as those kids were, man, I feel so bad about that. And then the other day, a little girl fell in the swimming pool and drowned. You know, like a little 3 or 4 year old girl, man. It's, man, life can be fucking cruel. You know, I'm sure, you know, I've almost drowned to death, man. It's, at some point, it's no longer, you kind of just give up and it's over. But for the family left behind, man, it's sad. You know, to have your child fucking taken away from you at 3 or 4 years old, or 5 or 6, locking themselves in a fucking. Back in those days, they had like a handle on the refrigerator that would latch, and you know you had to pull the handle to open it. Click, click, click. So yeah, if you were inside of it, there's no way to open the door. And the fucking kids died in there, man. It was a beautiful thanks to simplicity. Got to go do everything. Got to go do evening wrap up. Evening wrap up. Is that a thing? I never heard of evening wrap up. Is that like when you do the dishes and fucking get ready for bed and brush your teeth? Maybe have a late night snack or a cup of tea. But yeah, that's him talking about some horrible shit. People dying way too young. But I witnessed that shit as a kid. I'm sure all of us have memories like that. It's not the people that die that's sad. It is, but it's the people left behind that is really sad. You know, you see the mother crying because her fucking kid is dead, and it's turn out towards this clean poop. So you're a rancher. Sounds like you're a rancher. Where do you ranch at? I'm just curious. Andy Key, I don't know too much about this person. Are you from Canada? Anywho. Curious. Where is Anarchy? What part of the world are you in? Texas. Oh, cool. Fucking hot in Texas this time of year, I bet. I'll post a link in case anybody wants to jump on here for a minute or two. Let's see, we're getting close to the 1 hour point here. Kind of a slow stream tonight. Might wrap it up at an hour and then finish off the month with a 2 hour. But yeah, cleaning poop, man, that's always fun. I love cleaning poop. Just a small individual striving to live self-sufficient. Toasty, no AC. Oh, yeah. I imagine. With no AC, it's fucking twice as hot. But it's nice in the wintertime. See, where I live is beautiful in the summertime. Fucking pretty crappy in the winter. When we have a long winter, like the cold months here are like October through fucking April into May. Still gets cold at night in May. yeah, I don't know. And my next door neighbor I was talking about earlier, he's just moved out. He's retired and shit. He just got tired of the cold weather, so he moved to Alabama. Yeah, it should be much warmer now, but every place has its problems. It's too hot in Alabama in the summertime, I imagine. Fucking yeah, it saves a lot of money not having AC. Yeah. I burn a lot of wood in the wintertime to save money. I spend a lot of time chopping firewood, which I enjoy. It's a good exercise, and I can just zone out in my mind. And a lot of people like to use wood splitter. I use a fucking axe. But I'm doing it all year round. I'm not just. Most people they don't worry about their firewood until the fall. Oh, shit, it's gonna get cold now. I got to start chopping firewood. Fuck. Or I got to buy some. I got to get some firewood somehow. Either pay for it or gather it myself or chop it up myself or cut down some trees or whatever the fuck I got to do. So I don't have to pay those. Or, some people don't even have a fucking gas furnace, man. I know some people that live up here. All they have is burning wood to stay warm in the winter. So yeah, they have no choice but to have a supply of firewood every winter, or they will freeze to death. But that's cool, man. Striving to stay self-sufficient. It's what everybody needs to do. It's becoming more and more of a necessity more than just an option. We'll go back to the times where people were I don't think that's not going to happen. People are too stupid nowadays to grow their own food, raise their own food. I know I am. The people are too stupid and lazy. So they're dependent on the fucking system. It's terrible, and the system is so horrible, man. Being dependent on the system is like playing Russian roulette. Eventually, it's going to be game over. Well, yeah, eventually it's going to be game over for all of us, anyways. So you might as well just enjoy yourself. That's it. That's why I was talking about earlier. Just remain positive. That's right. Because sooner or later, it's going to be game over anyways. I mean, there's no sense in being all negative about it. Don't help. Don't. It just makes things worse. Low stress and sunshine is worth the simple life. I would say yes. If you can find a way to live low stress, it's the way to go. So most people are fucking stressed the fuck out. Who could blame them? I mean, it's a day-to-day fucking nightmare to survive in the world today. It's just become we made it so hard, my people. And I'll tell you, it ain't going to get no better anytime soon. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I bought some bacon and eggs. $20 for one package of bacon and 1 dozen of eggs. It's $20. That's the world we live in now. You know, there used to be a time when bacon and eggs was a good cheap breakfast. You could buy a carton of eggs and a thing of bacon for maybe $7. Now it's 20. It kind of says where we're at. It's not easy, but anything to stay out of the grinder. Like that Pink Floyd video. All in all, we're just another brick in the wall. At the end of it, their kids are all falling off the walkway into the fucking meat grinder. And it shows the meat coming out the backside of it. That's it. That was very prophetic of Pink Floyd. It says a lot. The wall, man. What it does to a child, man. It turns a child into a fucking zombie. That's what that movie showed, right? That kid lost all of his innocence and went fucking insane when he became an adult. That's what the movie, the Pink Floyd, The Wall, is all about, right? Pretty bizarre, huh? I don't think, I've never gone that crazy in my life. I was never a rock star and had an exposure to all that rock star lifestyle. Well, no, in a way, I was kind of a rock star when I was a kid, yeah, but only like a local rock star. I tried to believe the lie, but found out the hard way. I have to live life simple, yeah. The simple life, yeah. Yeah, if you're fortunate if you can do it, man. It still takes work to be self-sufficient. Hey, we got a guest here. Is it old Dirty Joe Dirt? See if we can get him, man. Sometime Joe Dirt has a fucking hard time connecting sometimes. He lives up there in Minnesota, where people talk like Canadians, yo. But it's weird. I haven't seen none of my Australian friends in a while. Maybe they all fucking got sick of me. And fuck that Eric Farmer. He makes fun of all accents. Sure thing. Yeah. I saw your chicken coop video today. I didn't leave a comment though because it's not much different than it was last week. But yeah, it looks nice, man. I think maybe you could use some lights in there. Some lights might make the video a little better. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of look like a apartment housing for chickens. But looks like you had a hell of a lot of fun building that place. I can't wait to see when it's all full of chickens. But yeah, man, I love chickens, man. God bless the chicken. What they do, what all the stuff that the lowly chicken does for humanity, people just take them for granted. But yeah, most people eat a lot of chicken, and we eat the eggs. It's just, here's to the lowly chicken. And they gladly sacrifice themselves for the human race. This is one of my favorite decorations in my house, man. Fucking a little skeleton riding a chicken. But the question is it a giant chicken or is it a really small skeleton? I think no, it's a really small skeleton. Maybe it's a skeleton of a monkey or something. I don't know. I love this thing. I walked into the liquor store one day and like I saw this thing in there. It was like on the wall. It was like, man, I want that. And the lady that owned the place, she was like, you can have it. Cool, thank you. You know, all the beer I bought from that woman, I might as well. I guess I deserve that thing. Come on, abandoned. Come on, Joe. But yeah, abandoned citizens, fucking whatever you call that. You look. Some people call it an avatar or like their fucking channel logo or picture. It looks like an old drunk ass Uncle Sam. I heard you for a second, Joe. I heard something. It wasn't Joe, but we tried to believe the lie, but found it hard way. I have 2 legs. Yeah. And they tried to take out the chickens too. Oh yeah? Yeah. I know, with all the fucking bird flu. You know, they don't like people having, you know, their own source of food, man. And a chicken is a great source of food, and almost anybody can raise chickens. There's Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt. He froze up again, though.
Go ahead.
Yeah, remember like last winter, the fucking price of eggs went up to like $12 a dozen, like $1 a fucking egg. And now it dropped back down. Hello. Keep coming in for a second and then you're gone. Oh yeah. Real sad. They killed millions and millions and millions of chickens, from what I understand. So supposedly get rid of the bird flu. Bunch of bullshit, man. If you ask me, it's a bunch of bullshit. No, it's all because of climate change. Don't you know? Bird flu is because of climate change. It's caused by climate change. Everything is caused by climate change now. Eggs are back to $2 to $3 a dozen. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? What the fuck? You know, it was like when the COVID thing happened, you know, the first thing they pulled all the fucking toilet paper off the shelves, right? And, you know, that was part of the psyop, right? Everybody's gonna freak out. Not only that, we're dealing with a pandemic, but we got no toilet paper. That's even worse. That's a double whammy. And then there was like food rationing. It was such a fucking shit show, man. God, we all remember it. There he is. It was such a fucking. When I think back about it, I hate to think back on it, man. But a lot of people have just erased it from their memory, man, because it was such a horrible thing that the world went through. And I'm sure, it was all. Who knows what the real agenda behind it was? It was about rationing, and people had to wait outside the grocery store with a mask on to go inside and shop. They would only let so many people in the store at a time. I was like, fuck. They would only one person would come out and they would let another person in. One person would come out, they would let like 20 people in the store at a time. It was fucking insane. You got to be fucking kidding me, man. And they had a cop at the front door that would open it like had a key and he would open it up. It was almost like a prison situation, man. Hey, it happened tonight, Joe. You're fucking, they jammed your signal, man. So when is the chicken coop going to be up and fully operational? Fully operational chicken coop. How many chickens is it going to house? We have so many questions. That's something I could easily do is keep chickens. I'm just too lazy, man. Yeah, a lot of people around here keep chickens. I don't know how much you save on eggs by having chickens. But, after you feed them and clothe them, send them to school, how much are you really getting for your eggs? How much are you saving off the store-bought eggs? From one day to the next, the thing was everywhere. That woke me up all at once. Talking about what happened in 2020. People just freaked the fuck out, man. They just went right along with it. That's how the herd mentality works, man. Everybody just fucking believes whatever they're told. And they freak out and panic. Oh my God, I'm going to die. Oh my God, this thing is going to kill me. It's so dangerous and deadly. Come on, Joe. They realize, man, if it does kill you, you're fucking lucky to fucking deal with this shit anymore. That's the way I looked at it. Fuck it. If it kills me, I'm fucking out of here. Had enough of this shit as it is. No, but that which doesn't kill me only makes me stronger. I got sick when all that shit. I wouldn't say that I had that. I had the flu, is what I say, and it was pretty severe. Maybe I will fucking die, but I survived it. It was probably the worst illness I ever had, but I don't call it CB19 or whatever. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get Joe tonight. Way she goes. Way she fucking goes. Can't always have everything we want in this world, right? I learned that when I was a kid. See, when you grow up as a poor kid, man, it sucks. But I had a lot of friends that were rich kids. And they always got everything. So, you don't understand. How come my friend gets everything and I fucking don't? I don't, because you're fucking poor, man. I understand now, but when you're a kid, you just don't get it. You want things when you're a kid. It's fucking stupid, but because all your friends have all these things and you don't. Like, how come I can't have all these things that all my friends have? Well, son, because you a po kid. Get over it. You learn that, I know, I learned that. Jorgen Becker. How you doing? Yeah, man. Joe Dirt tried to come on, but couldn't get a connection, sadly. But yeah, my Australian friends haven't been around lately. Welcome to the pyramid scheme of life. That's right. It's called open air slavery, United States. Everybody must struggle to make the wealthy wealthier. That's what they teach you in school. Yeah. Man, it's amazing. Back in the day, nobody had a clue. Back before the internet. Because all we had was the TV, man. It was just like the movie They Live, which was made in that time before the internet. It was a whole different world before the internet, man, really. There was no exchange of information. The exchange of information was down at the local pub, pretty much. It wasn't like it is now with this and all this information at your fingertips. It's a way different world. Remember a time when you could have an argument with someone without them pulling out their cell phone and looking it up. That's really annoying to me, man. Someone always has to prove me wrong with their cell phone. I just want to fucking slap them. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to get violent. It's like, whatever, man. We can't have an honest argument anymore. Just because you read something on your cell phone doesn't make it so. That's what I tell them. But it's weird. I still live to this day without a cell phone. Yeah, like people just don't understand. It's really hard. It would be a lot easier to get a cell phone, but I might have to. But I'm still having. And I don't fucking care, man. I fucking hate looking at the world now. Everywhere I go, people aren't chatting with each other. They're fucking looking at their cell phones, man. That fucking bothers me, man. It really, really does. It's taken away so much of human fucking interaction. It made people dependent, man. People today are dependent on their fucking phones, man. They can't fucking function without it. It's really bizarre. But that's just how they program the younger generations, man. Ever since the 21st century started. It's when everything, it was all planned out, man. No doubt about it. Suspicion, rebellion, trauma, stress, tunnel vision until the wake of it. And there was also, even before the cell phone, there was the television, which was the main fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? brainwasher of people. People were all brainwashed on television for generations and generations, and then the cell phone came out and took it to the next level. The internet before the cell phone. It's good for you. I have a cell phone because it's cheap. I barely use it. Yeah. I still don't have a cell phone, man. I have an app on my iPad. If I got Wi-Fi, I can like text people, or I can I can also call people through Wi-Fi. I don't have a standard cell phone, but I never use that anyways. The only reason I would have that is for emergency use, like if I'm stuck somewhere, and you can always find Wi-Fi, for free anywhere at a lot of places around town, and you can call someone, maybe have someone come pick you up if you're stuck somewhere or something, because you don't have a cell phone, and there's no longer payphones. The payphones are all fucking gone because they expect everyone to have a fucking cell phone now, so they can track everybody, So yeah, it's such an evil. It's the beast system, man. It's an electronic ball and chain that people carry around with them, and people don't understand what that phone is doing to them. It's fucking them up on so many levels, physically, mentally, degrading their mental, physical, their ability to think. They're giving up because they do everything with their phone, and the phone does all the fucking thinking for them. And maybe some of you people that are listening, you all have cell phones, man, and and they take away part of your fucking cognitive ability. Believe it or not. Some people can't travel around anywhere without their cell phone telling them where to fucking go. I don't get it. I come from a time where we had to look at a map, figure out where we were going, and so that I still have that skill because I don't have a fucking. It's not that hard, but some people say, "Yeah, I can't go anywhere without my cell phone." It's what the fuck. The people just don't even think about it, because they're living the world today. They don't remember the world before. It's really bizarre. A whole generation of people have grown up now in the 21st century, and they have no idea what the world was like before that, except for what we tell them. Yeah, Sonny, I'll tell you, I remember back in the 1900s, we didn't have these fancy cell phones. Heck, we didn't even have the internet. Yeah, it was tough. You had to go down to the library and look at a book. My God, the hardship. But, somehow we survived. That's how it is. That's how I talk to young people now. Yeah, I remember when I was your age. Shucks. We had to ride around on a bicycle. We didn't have these fancy electric bicycles like you kid. We had to pedal. Now they all got a fucking electric bicycle, man. Fucking lazy fuckers. I had a 1-speed fucking BMX bike that I had to pedal up hills both ways. Everybody nowadays has a fucking electric bike. Bunch of pussies. Yeah, I know. I still see a lot of people riding pedal bikes. but not the casual bicycle rider, you know. They all got electric bikes now. The ones that ride in the real bikes are like, you know, the hardcore fucking road riders and shit, you know, they're all into the bicycle fitness thing, you know, like to ride up the mountains, you know, fucking. But the cool thing is, if you ride up to the top of the mountain, you get a fucking haul ass back down the other side. That's pretty cool. You know, that's like if you I'd take a snowboard sometimes and hike up to the top of a mountain so I could ride down, you know. That's a good workout, man. It's the same kind of thing. Riding a bike up a hill, like you gotta work hard and pump, get to the top, and then you fucking can ride down the other side like 60 miles an hour. It's like, fuck yeah. That was worth the fucking ride to the top. And the key says, I'm in shape, but I hide it. Nice. That's good. Man. You don't want people to know you're in shape. You gotta be stealthy about that shit. When they try to mess with you, you can just fucking bam. You didn't know I was in shape, motherfucker. You underestimated your opponent and you got taught a lesson. You fucked around and you found out. That's one of my favorite new sayings of the 21st century. The 2020s, FAFO. Fuck around and find out. That's the only one I like. You don't want to fuck around and find out. That was one buddy told me a joke recently. He said, he's like, he saw a sign that says, due to increasing the price of ammunition, I will no longer be allowed to fire warning shots. Thought that was a funny one. Yeah, it's too bad we couldn't get Mr. Joe Dirt on the show tonight, you know. Not that I would call what I do a show. I mean, the program. Oh no, that's the stream. Okay, that's fair. It's too bad. It's a shame. Joe Dirt is so entertaining, man. Guys, he's a natural born entertainer. We need a silicone face mask. Fuck yeah. Yeah, facial recognition is a problem, I think. It's bullshit. Why do they want to recognize everybody's fucking face? These people are psychos, man. We must recognize you everywhere you go. You cannot leave your house without us fucking recognizing you. That's frightening, man. Yeah, I think so. I think people should start wearing some kind of, sadly, you know, that's the reason to wear a mask in public. You know, it's fucking bullshit, man. You know, some of us are proud of our handsome faces. We don't want to hide them. We want to put a mask on our face. Ugly people love it. Oh, cool. I can hide my face behind a mask. But, you know, Joseph Prudman, how your face looks doesn't really matter. Only to the Big Brother. They care about what your face looks like. They've created a whole technology, man. And that's integrated into artificial intelligence, so that it can recognize individuals. Recognize individual voices, mimic individual. They can look at my video and fucking make a copy of it, saying whatever the fuck they want to say. That's where the technology is at right now. You could be watching this video right now, the exact same video, but it would be artificially generated. And it would sound exactly like me, look exactly like, everything would be exactly the same. But it would be artificially generated. And that's where we're at. That's not the future. That's what's happening right now. They can do that. It's fucking, oh my God. It's horrible. Why they put so much fucking resources into developing that technology, you know? But then they don't register mask and still trip the alarm. Huh. Exactly. They say, oh, we got a person wearing a mask. If someone's wearing a mask, we must fucking stop them. It's very Orwellian. We must see your actual face, or you will be singled out in the crowd. The robot dogs will come after you. Yeah, they got these robot dogs, man. That's just one part of their mechanized robotic armies that they have now. Oh my God. It's the human race don't stand a chance, man. Humanity is fucked. They got so much weaponry and fucking killing abilities that you cannot even imagine to unleash. We can't fight against it. We can't not fight it. Their drones and their fucking attack killer fucking robot dogs and other things they have, man, no. They got enough of that shit, I believe, to fucking wipe out the human race in nanoseconds. It's getting complicated as they keep crashing, ratcheting down. It's just a war on humanity, you know? That's all you can say. What else? You see what's going on? It's very anti-human. You know, they got to do it to protect the world. I'm glad I'm my age and not a young person nowadays. Very hard if I was like in my 20s right now or earlier, you know, looking forward to the rest of my life. And this is the reality, you know. It's fucking not nice. Well, you know, they all adapt to it. They've learned to survive one way or another. Oh. Finally, we get some sunlight outside. It's been cloudy all day and raining. At the end of the day, we get a little sun. It's almost 7 o'clock here. Love August and September and October. Great months here where I live. We get the changing of the leaves coming up. Yep. The same horse shit that happens every year. We all get the changing of the leaves, and then it gets cold. And then it gets dark for a long fucking time, and the winter drags on and on and on. And finally, we get another spring and summer. Duh. Happens every year, dumbass. And then they change the clocks back and forth twice a year. But man, it seems like the cycle is just going faster, don't it? Or is it just me? A lot of people talk about it. Time seems to be speeding the fuck up. I don't know, man. It can't be possible. It's just the perception. And then on top, we become prized for having healthy body and minds. A whole kind of pray, whole new kind of pray before. Look disheveled. Yeah. And you're oh so healthy in your body and your mind. What was that? Like a Rolling Stone song or something. And he's oh so good. And he's oh so fine. And he's oh so healthy in his body and in mind. He's a well-respected man of our town, doing the best things ever do. That's interesting. Hate that fucking song. But that comment made me think of that song. But yeah, they expect us to live up to a standard, right? There's a standard held for people in this world. And those who live up to that standard and those who fall short, which is me. It's not per se. I totally slowed and dumbed down life, and it still flies faster. Time change is a deliberate mind fucked. Yeah, I know. I remember when I was the first time when I was a young child, when I started going to school, and the time change happened, and I had to get up earlier than an hour earlier than the day before, and I was fucking pissed. And it was still dark outside. I'm like, it's not. I can't get up. It's fucking nighttime. And no, you got to get up. You got to go to school. Damn it. And then that's like the introduction to reality. When you're a child. We did those first few years that you don't have to go to school. You don't have to do shit. It's great. All your needs are met. And then one day you got to fucking get up and go to school. I wanted to go to school because all my friends were going to. Because I was bored sitting at home and all my friends were at school. Then I could finally go to school, and I was like, okay, I got to go to school now. I won't be sitting home bored all day. Boy, was I fucking wrong. No, just learn the fucking shit routine of it all, man. You start learning about life. And all the kids have to fucking go to school day after fucking day. It's so evil. And now the kids are back in school again, the poor fuckers. Davey boy, nice to see you. Yeah, so, that was my experience, man. As a child, the first time I had to get up an hour early on the time change. 100 plus today. Ready for fall? Yeah, it's hot over there. No, we have beautiful weather here. No, we had a rain, cloudy, cool day. We only got up to like 65 degrees today. It was rained like twice. But yeah, I'm not ready for fall. I'm ready for fall, but not. I'm working. Good. I think I got plenty of wood chopped up for the cold fucking months that are coming. Gosh, I hate the cold months. I used to love the cold months, but now I dread the cold months. Only because they ruined my fucking snowboarding. No, they made it no longer fun. Just like everything else in this world, they made it no longer fucking fun. They just ruined it with too many fucking people, not enough space, and just idiots going way too fast. I don't enjoy myself up on the slope, so it's fucking bullshit. But it is what it is, man. Everybody wants to get up there and go riding, skiing. So yeah, man. I can't afford the injuries that come with it. Those are early 100 degrees over there. Wow. That's a warm one, man. Even though, why is it so hot? Our bodies are 98.6. No. But if it gets over 102 or 3, you die. Isn't that crazy? So yeah, we have to maintain a certain body temperature. But we die. It's the way it is. If you get too cold, you die. If you get too hot, you die. Climate change rears its ugly head again. We can't stop talking about climate change, man. It's a fact of life here in the 2020s. Halfway through the 2020s. Climate going to change. And that's going to be the reasons why all this crazy weather is happening. Full show. You hear about that? There's a hurricane. It's coming across the Atlantic Ocean right now. Like a 5-point hurricane. Category 5. It's already at a category 5. But they're saying it's not going to hit the U.S. at this time. That's what they're saying. It's coming straight across the Atlantic Ocean. They're saying it's going to make a hard right turn. Right turn, Clyde. And it's going to go. It's going to maybe skirt the shores of the United States. Maybe. And then it's going to die off in the Atlantic Ocean like most hurricanes do. We'll see what happens, though, man. I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure that hurricane is going to miss the United States at this point. Right now, it's like, maybe a 10, 20% chance that it's going to hit the United States. The 80% chance it's going to go off into the ocean. We'll see. I have my doubts, man. I think, well, all of a sudden, now we're changing it out. Now, it's going to hit the United States. It's going to hit Florida. It's going to hit the Carolinas. It's going to cause a shit ton of fucking bullshit. We'll see. We're just talking about climate change, right? Yeah, that hurricane's bearing down. It's going to do what it's going to do. Hopefully it does go out into the ocean. We'll see. Ready for fall, Davey says. No, I'm not. I want this summer to drag on as long as possible. But yeah, we were showing signs of an early fall for sure. I ain't gonna lie. It's been cooler than normal, and leaves are starting to change already. Seeing yellow leaves more and more every day. It's like a cancer. I don't believe in the CC. It's another twisted story to keep the scam going, but it's been going on for my whole lifetime. But with real victims, of course, yes. It's been going on for a long time. The climate change scam. Oh, did I just say that? Excuse me. I mean the climate change story. Yeah, it's changed. It's changed through the decades. It used to be the greenhouse effect. Then it was the hole in the ozone layer. And then it was global warming, which evolved. So yeah, it's evolved over time. The whole story. But then they couldn't prove that the globe is warming. So then they projected it back to climate change. Anything can happen in climate change. It doesn't have to get warmer. It doesn't have to get colder. It's just all this crazy weather. It just causes climate change causes crazy fucking weather. Okay. But what are all these fucking trails in the sky that look like a fucking Van Halen guitar? Whoa. Damn it, I dropped my pipe. Good thing it's not made out of glass. See, if this thing was made out of glass, it would be fucking done. I found this thing on the side of the road, man. Free fucking bat dug out. Fucking one hitter. I've had it for fucking decades. Don't forget acid rain. Oh, that's another one. That's right. Remember that? How come we don't hear about acid rain anymore? It's really bizarre. And all of it was going to destroy us. We should have been destroyed a long time ago, according to Al Gore. Remember Al Gore? By this time, we were supposed to be. Florida should have been underwater by now. I'm pretty sure Al Gore said that the United States would be underwater by 2025. Here we are. The water level hasn't changed at all. You could go down to fucking Venice Beach. Hasn't changed since I was a fucking child. But other places apparently have been gone underwater. But is that how ocean level rise changes? No, I don't think so, man. It's all water, man. It's all the same level. It's crazy how water works. It would all be the same level everywhere, but some people claim islands are going underwater. Well, if those islands are going underwater, then the water level should be rising everywhere. A bunch of bullshit. It's such a good fucking bullshit story because most people will believe it. They're so dumb. They just believe whatever they're told. That's a big problem. But the fact is, the ocean is not fucking rising, and it should be, according to these assholes. Where's the rising sea levels? They don't exist. Not in the United States. The ocean is everywhere. So if it rises in one place, it's going to rise in of course, the tides come in and out. It's a system like that, the tidal system and shit. But there was, you know, if the sea level was rising like they fucking said it was, it's such a bunch of bullshit. It cannot happen. Even if ice does melt, it's not going to raise the sea level. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I haven't seen. There's not a sign of it yet. And they were talking about this fucking 20 years ago. 30 years ago, they were talking about the sea level is going to fucking rise because of global climate change. And but still, they still tell us that, and people still believe it, and it never changes, and nothing ever happens. It's funny. I find it amusing, highly amusing. Yeah. Anywho, fuck yeah. But they are destroying many people, environment, people's lives, and corporate greed, and and wars, and fucking it's an interesting fucking situation, isn't it? But anyways, yeah, you know, they couldn't. Obama and Putin couldn't end the war in Ukraine. They just couldn't do it. There's just too much. We can't end this war. Okay, we're making too much money. I mean, did I just say that out loud? But yeah. So yeah, it's fucking really, really sad situation. But you know, we're gonna remain positive. Fuck yeah. Appreciate everybody hanging out with me tonight. Yeah, we're gonna fucking show my dog. Show your dog. Jake, come here. Show your dog now. He just ran. Come here, Jake. Come here. Jake. Come. Jake, come. He's like, fuck you. He doesn't want to come. Jake, come here. People want to see you, man. Come here. I have to put a collar on you and drag you over. Let her show. Come. Come here. Let's see if we can get him. Jake. You know, I'm not gonna do it, man. Okay, well, there you go. He's not into it, man. He's like, fuck you and your stupid live stream. Come here, Jake. Come. Come here. He don't like it, man. You know, he don't like technology and computers and shit. I don't want to be on camera, man. It's funny. I can't blame you, Jake. It's not that. But anywho, fuck yeah. I could force him into the yeah, and anywho, on that note, man, I think we're gonna wrap her up. We can appreciate everybody for hanging out. All two of you. Whoever was here before. Fuck yeah. I will be back next week. So hell yeah. Hope everybody has a great week. And he doesn't want facial recognition. Yeah, exactly. You don't like it at all. All right, guys. Talk to you next week. Good night.